And your thoughts on Talkback Barbie?
I prefer Jeremy Kyle.
It's the right stuff. Perhaps my favourite story of the year is Talkback Barbie, the most evil dolly ever. Mattel's latest take of the world's most popular doll is the £50 Hello Barbie. She records everything your kids say to her, sends the data to a US software giant, which then generates Barbie's appropriate reply.
What's evil about that?
Well, you're eavesdropping on everything we say at home.
Yeah, but it's not very interesting.
It's going to be a difficult show. Seema has the numbers. Morning, Seema.
I certainly do. She is evil. She is definitely evil. I'm not
Shut it!
bad.
I can read the numbers better than you.
Would you like to give it a try? I have been told. Go on then, if you can. I bet you she can't. No, she can't.
Waiting. I want to know if a Barbie doll that talks back at you is the most evil dolly ever. She records everything your kids say and sends it to a software giant who generates her appropriate reply. 0207 173 5555 is the number.
What's evil about that?
Your thoughts after one last break.
Hello Barbie is not the only device to be listening into your conversations at home. Which of these do too? Is it Amazon Fire TV, Samsung Smart TV, or Microsoft's voice-activated Xbox games consoles? So, Hello Barbie is not the only device to be listening into your conversations at home. Which of these do too? The answer is all three.
There you go. Welcome back to the last bit of this morning's show, where Christine, Steph, Gloria, and a bit of luck you at home are going to share your thoughts on the first doll to talk back to you or your kids. 0207 173 5555, the number you need. So here we go. Possibly my favourite phone-in ever, and we haven't even started yet. It's Barbie that talks back, the most evil toy ever. Priced at 50 quid, Hello Barbie was launched at the New York Toy Fair last month and is the first dolly ever to be able to talk back to your kids, to respond directly to their questions and statements. Now, this isn't the actual doll. Hello Barbie is not due to arrive in Britain for at least 2 years, but I'm told when she does arrive, all you have to do is push a button on her belt. She'll then record what your child says to her, transmit the data via Wi-Fi to a US software giant that will then generate her reply. But is this what kids want?
Shut it, Buster. I'm unique, and get your hand off my butt.
No, it's on her boobs. Inappropriate touching of dolls. She'll learn your name, she'll learn your interests, she'll learn your kids' conversational habits, which makers Mattel say will improve the quality of her responses.
Hey, Matthew, want to take me fishing? I'd like a ride on your motorbike.
I bet you would. Critics have dubbed her... This is freaking me out. Critics have dubbed her Surveillance Barbie and are calling for her to be scrapped. Kids talking to Hello Barbie aren't just talking to a doll, one explained. They're talking to Mattel, a multinational corporation whose only interest in them is financial.
Who cares? Let's do some ironing, Matthew.
This Barbie did come with an enormous iron. So is Hello Barbie any worse than those Samsung tellies we discussed last month that listen into everything you say and beam it back for analysis so the tellies can learn which shows you like and which you don't, the instructions of which even urge owners to go out of the room if they want to have a private conversation, Stefan?
It's descent to hell, isn't it? Isn't it? I have to say, I came up with an idea exactly like this. About 11 years ago, I was working for BBC Interactive, and we were coming up with sort of crazy ideas about how to make the user experience and how to get people to engage more with the BBC. So I thought, I said, how about we have a thing that sits in your room that is connected to the internet and it can engage with you and with a TV programme. I basically wanted it to... So when you were watching Doctor Who, and a really scary bit, it would go, bang! But literally, we came up with the idea, and then everyone went, oh, no, we're getting such trouble. And we didn't go any further. It's
Pandora's box is open, though. The technology is here, it's happening. I would have thought it's now inevitable that every single child's toy within a generation will be doing just this. Yeah. And you're looking very miserable, Christine.
Well, that is about the most horrendous thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm so against Barbie and whatever her girlfriend's called Cindy or something. I mean, that just sends out all the wrong messages. It is awful. That is a pink that I really object to, by the way. Never mind Harriet's bus. But you're right. We are being overtaken by technology. There is nothing we can do about it. We're now going to have drones flying in through our open window in the summer, from whether it's from your neighbour or from Big Brother or whoever. You can't turn back the tide. It's happening. But I just think that is completely and utterly horrendous.
There's another issue which has only just come to, which is this is aimed at children.
Absolutely, that's
young
the
children.
point.
How are they able to offer informed consent?
They can't.
I mean, I would first of all like to agree with Christine on just Barbie and her appearance, because anybody with those proportions, I mean, they definitely won't be able to speak.
They wouldn't be able to stand, right?
Wouldn't be able to stand up.
I mean...
But actually, I've sort of changed my view a bit while just listening to the conversation, because I had on the the fact that she can talk, so. I was thinking, well, if it's, if parents know when they're buying it, and if it's very clearly labelled that this is what happens, then they can make sure that they don't buy it if they're concerned about privacy. But then I didn't know about... I've got a smart TV, and I didn't know about that. So thank you for teaching me.
It's really insidious and invidious.
Yeah. It's going to be in everything. It's going to be in your kettle, your microwave, your Hoover, everything.
So maybe, but of course, if you haven't done anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide.
It's my front room.
Yeah, but, I'm sure that all you do is have political discussions and plot to put the world to rights, which is nothing else untoward goes on in the De Piero household. At least, I certainly hope so.
We've already got this, Sky offers something which is sort of smart advertising, and it's all... I was deliberately not mentioning its actual name. And it is entirely... They know what you want. They know what you do. They know what holidays you have. They know what you buy. They know all that. And so you get the ads for you, and you get the... I mean, that's frightening enough. Brilliant idea, but...
You guys know nothing. I'm a better panellist than any of you three.
Yeah, right.
Who's on the line?
She wants to know who's on the line. Do you know what the lady says, Seema?
She's told us all today, hasn't she? We'll start with Barry on line 1.
Barry on line 1. Morning, Barry.
Hello, Matthew.
What do you think of Hello, Barbie?
Well, basically, like your panel have actually said as well, with the TV and the Xbox games and things like that, fundamentally, as a country and as a nation, aren't we actually ignoring one of the basic laws of this country, which is basically it's illegal to bust people's private lives and people's property?
Yes.
And quite frankly, that is something the big corporations are being allowed to get away with.
Now, of course, if you read the instructions, which you are urged to do by the manufacturers of all the products that we've mentioned, not just Barbie, but those are smart TVs and games, that if you read the instructions, within the instructions, they will tell you that, or you might have to choose to enable the function. I think with Barbie, you will have to enable the function. So there's a degree of caveat emptor here. It's down to the buyer to be aware, to do what you're urged to do, which is read the instructions. But, of course, we don't read the instructions. I don't know about you, but every time I have to re-sign my iTunes blurb, there's about 200 pages of it in microprint. I have no idea what I've signed. I've probably signed for Barbie to come around and run my life, which it already feels like it's happening. It's just a bit of fun, though, Barry, isn't it?
Well, not really, because at the end of the day, I mean, the TV and the Xbox One game, they give you ideas that you can turn them off and you can switch them off. But if you look on the internet, the technology pages on the internet, you actually can't switch them off. They still listen, even if you select the off button for the listening devices. So effectively, you're hunting in your own home, and it is illegal in this country alone, let alone the rest of the world.
Barry, thank you. If I was freaked out before, I'm now alarmed. Alex, what does our audience have to say? You like?
I think it's weird and creepy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but what about talking about Barbie? Have you seen her heels?
Yeah.
What's creepy about it?
I don't know, she's talking to a child. I think it's a bit weird that someone you don't know is talking to your child.
Do you know, I can remember when Tiny Tears, Gloria had a Tiny Tears, we were talking about it during the break, when Tiny Tears came out, people thought it was weird that children would want a baby that wet its nappies and cried. So maybe this is just the evolution of the doll.
No, but he doesn't talk back to you by someone else you don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's a bit, I think it's a bit weird, personally.
And the fact that
for a child.
Because I don't have problems with, for instance, CCTV. I'm not one of those people that says surveillance is bad because actually my constituents, they want it because they feel it makes them safer. But it's the fact that it's in your home, isn't it? That makes it feel creepy.
Child.
Yeah. And your very young child.
It is creepy, the lady in the audience. Creepy.
OK, nicely done. Poor old Barbie. Now, I can't... She can't sit, she can't stand, she can't actually do anything, although I'm told she's pretty good with an iron. But what I do know is the wonderful voice of Barbie was provided by Seema, so well done, Seema. I don't think anybody would have guessed. And I would like to say a huge thanks to you guys.